How's it going, everyone? Mountainspyder here, bringing you another episode in the Pokemon TCG series. So today we're going to be doing another deck analysis and first impressions of one of the three new decks. Previously I took a look at the Rillaboom deck. I did the first impressions and then had 2 games with it. And today I'm going to be looking at the Cinderace deck. The reason for this is that in my games with the Rillaboom deck, I actually matched up against the Inteleon deck. So I've seen a few of the cards there. And I really want to just look at a brand new deck. I haven't matched up against the Cinderace deck, even playing off camera yet. So I'm really keen to see what's in this deck, look at all the cards and see how it performs. So I do a lot of these theme deck games. So if you're new to the channel, please do take a look at them. Consider subscribing, as I do a deck analysis of most of the newer theme decks as well as some of the older ones and give tips, tricks, hints on how to play them. So, without further waiting, let's jump into the Cinderace deck and look at all the cards inside of it. So, let's pick it up and let's see what's inside of it. I'm really keen because, like I said, I haven't actually looked at it. Hey, Vulpix. I love this deck already. I love Vulpix. Okay, 1 retreat cost, flare, 20 damage, 70 HP. I'm happy with that. Very base. Okay, Ninetales, 120 HP. I'm liking that already. 1 energy for Flame Cloak. Attach a fire energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Okay, there's some energy recycling. Instantly, I'm a fan of that already. And a 1 retreat cost. So you can essentially run this Pokemon from Vulpix with just 1 energy. That's great. You can use Flame Cloak to pick up a fire energy from your discard pile and then hit with Fire Main on the next turn. This is looking pretty decent. It's energy recycle, it's cheap. Still, the 1 retreat cost. That I really like. Oh, there's got a splash of fighting type in this. Sudowoodo. Double draw 2 cards. Okay, I'm liking this as my first active Pokemon. And it's also got a retreat cost of 1. So, 100 HP. Decently beefy for your first active Pokemon. Both its attacks are 1 energy. Fantastic. And its retreat cost is only 1. So I only have to commit 1 energy to Sudowoodo and I can use him. That is something I really appreciate from your first active Pokemon. And on top of that, it's got a draw mechanic. Early game draw to get that card advantage is huge. So double draw 2 cards. I'm loving this Pokemon. And there's 2 copies in the deck. That's decent. And Flail. This attack does 10 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Decent. You've taken a few hits, you can then dish out a few hits. I like that. Drumper. Okay. 130 HP. Dragon Pulse. Discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Okay. I'm not ecstatic about that. And a double retreat cost as well. Let's see what's in the rest of the deck. I'm not too keen on this. If this was discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, I'll be a lot more behind that. But let's see if something else interacts with your graveyard or your discard pile other than the Ninetales. Scorbunny, 70 HP, tackle 10, flare 20. That's your basic starter. Raboot, 90 HP, kick for 20 and heat blast for 50, double fire energy. Retreat cost 1. It's not so bad. It's decent, I guess. And then Cinderace, 170 HP. Flame Cloak, attach a fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So that's the second Pokemon in this deck that has Flame Cloak. So, it looks like with the 2 Flame Cloaks, there are ways to bring back fire energies from your discard pile back into the game. That's something I appreciate. Good energy management. I like that. 1 retreat cost. Okay, before we get to Bright Flame, the entire Cinderace line from Scorbunny has a 1 retreat cost. So if you're in trouble, you can pull this out very quickly. I like that. It's quite useful. And then the next one, Bright Flame. Flip a coin. If tails, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Alright, so you've got a 50% chance to not use up their energy. So you can actually bring Cinderace in, ideally it's only 40 damage, but on the first time playing Cinderace, even having 1 energy on him, you use Flame Cloak to attach that second energy to him, and then on your following turn you can put the 3rd energy down for Bright Flame. Even if you lose that 2 energy, you can still retreat him. That's quite nice. You can retreat him into like a Ninetales and get the energy back. So there's some interaction. I'm liking that. I'm seeing some combos. That's looking good. There's the foil version of it. Hey, Wooloo! I like that. Okay, 70 HP, tackle, 10 damage. 3 energy for 50 damage headbutt. I don't know. It might be my sacrificial Pokemon when I'm in trouble. Okay, there is Double. 130 HP, Cotton Guard. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage. And then Double Edge for 3 energy. This Pokemon also does 30 damage to itself. Looking at this Double, it might actually not be a bad Pokemon if you need to stall. Just dropping 1 energy on it, not overcommitting energies to it, and just sitting there with Cotton Guard. 130 HP is pretty beefy, and taking 30 less damage, unless you're playing into one of your opponent's heavy hitters, you're going to be fairly safe with this. So, okay, that Double is pretty decent. So that's the Pokemon done. I feel like there's more different types of Pokemon than with the... Actually, no, it's about the same. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about the same. 9 different types of Pokemon in the deck, which is decent. Okay, Great Ball, again, look at the top 7 cards, take a Pokemon and shuffle the rest back. That's always quite nice. Ordinary Rod. I'm actually quite liking Ordinary Rod. I got quite a bit of success with it in the few games I've played with the Rillaboom Theme Deck. The fact that you're putting 2 Pokemon back into your deck and 2 basic energies back into your deck, it's really great. You're getting 4 more cards back into your deck. And from what I've seen, well, from the Rillaboom deck, you really play through your deck quickly. So being able to put cards from your discard pile back into your deck is massive. The games I've had against the Inteleon deck seem to do the same. You're getting a lot of cards in your discard pile very quickly. You're running through your deck. So being able to put those cards back into your deck is going to help you. And I say that because if you haven't seen my Rillaboom deck, consider watching it and remember this point I make. The Pokegear, look at the top 7 cards, grab a supporter card. Quite useful because these decks do seem to run quite a few supporter cards. Pokemon Catcher, I really get frustrated by this card, going up against this card, because you flip a coin and if heads you switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with their active Pokemon. This is a fantastic card to use because you can completely mess with your opponent's plans. If they've got a basic or stage 1 Pokemon in their bench that they're busy charging up and they're getting the evolutions going, they're getting it online, if you get lucky with Pokemon Catcher, you can grab that Pokemon and shut down your opponent's plans for the next couple of turns. It's a great, great card. Use it sparingly. Use it when you need it. And when you can actually shut down what your opponent's working towards. Switch. Always happy seeing Switch. And Pokekid is quite a nice supporter. Switch your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. It's a simple fetch card. It works. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You play this, you get what you're looking for, done. Easy. I like this Pokekid. Next one. Bede, I think it's Bede. Attach a basic energy card from your hand to one of your benched Pokemon. So this is a way to get a second energy out on a turn. Now, consider how many Pokemon from your deck have a 1 retreat cost. You can have a lot of shenanigans with this. Having your active Pokemon out, putting energy on your bench, playing this Bede to put a second energy on that, and retreating out. You can get the energy charge up really, really quickly. Consider, for instance, the Cinderace. You can have 1 energy down, so you can essentially evolve into Cinderace, no energies on it. You place your first energy on it, you play Bede to place your second energy on it, you switch Cinderace in, you use the Flame Cloak to bring energy from your discard pile back onto it that you just discarded with the retreat cost, or if you're even luckier with Switch. Your Cinderace went from 0 energy to 3 energy in a single turn. You can do a lot of shenanigans with this. Don't discard it. Or not discard it, but don't neglect the card. Hop, draw 3 cards. Always happy with Hop. Professor's Research, discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Great card. It looks like you have 3 copies of it in your deck. Whenever your hand's looking a bit trash, not looking so good, get a new one. And then over to our energies. So, this is looking like quite a nice deck. I'm enjoying it. Not the biggest fan of this Drumper, but let's see how it goes. So, now that we have finished our first impressions, we finished looking at the deck, let's see how it performs. Where is the deck? Not that way. Not that way. There it is. Cinderace. Let's jump into it. So, how do I think this is going to go? I think Cinderace deck fits in a slightly awkward place in the meta because of this reason exactly. There's already a top tier fire theme deck in the meta. And Cinderace is competing with that deck. This is going to be interesting to see how this deck, if it can outperform the Charizard deck. And I say that because most people running on the theme ladder, not most, but a lot of them are running this deck. Now, remember, as of Sword and Shield, on your first turn, you cannot use supporter cards. So going first, you can lose a lot of card advantage. I would like to go second because I know how many supporter cards I have, and because of Sudowoodo. That is basically the reason I wanted to go second, was for Sudowoodo. And I say that because I want to get double draw off on the first turn. I want to get card advantage. Unfortunately, I don't have a good supporter. I don't want to play Professor's Research this early in the game and lose 3 energies. I'm hoping to draw. Okay. This is not an ideal opening hand. Now, I know there's a lot of ways to get my energies from a discard pile back into my hand. And I actually think I need to do it. Okay, I'm taking a big risk here, but I'm playing Professor's Research off the first turn. I know I'm losing 4 energies, but I know that this deck has a lot of ways to get energies back, and I think it paid off. I've got the full Cinderace line. Cinderace can bring my energies back. I've got a Vulpix. Vulpix has the potential to bring energies back, and I've got another Sudowoodo, who if this first one goes down, I can use to get more draws out. Now, I am sitting in the position where I don't have any energy in my hand, which is a big concern. So I really need to draw into the Ninetales, or I need to be able to get the Cinderace out ASAP to get those energies back from my graveyard, from my discard pile. Sorry, I'm very used to Magic the Gathering. I keep calling it a graveyard. Okay, we got another energy. Now, I want to play Hop first to see what comes out. Wow, okay, apparently we're going to be playing Cinderaces this game. So let's get that evolution going. I'm very happy putting another Vulpix down if we can get a second Ninetales out. What comes out from Great Ball? Beautiful. Ooh. Okay, here's a question. Do I want to have a Ninetales or do I want to get a second Score Bunny line going? I've only got one Reboot. Oh wait, I've already played the one Reboot. I think I want to rather get the Ninetales. And I say that because I'm going to switch. I want to get this game going. I don't want to give my opponent too much time. Do I want to switch or do I want to hard retreat? I think I want to switch. I'm using switch up very early in this game, but I want to get pressure out as quickly as possible. I don't want to use Pokemon Catch yet. I want to save it for the Nidorina that comes in. Okay. We've now got our energies back from the discard pile. I'll get it right, I promise. From a discard pile back to our Pokemon. So we took a huge risk on that first turn, going for a very, very early Professor. It seems like it's paid off. So far, it's looking pretty good. We're able to now get consistent damage off. Oh, my opponent's hand was bad. For them to copycat down to 4, they must have had a terrible hand. Unfortunately, I did lose my card draw now. The Sudowoodo just dropped back to my bench. But I'm okay with that. And there's our Pokekid who can bring out either another Ninetales, which I'm actually considering. I think the Ninetales would work a lot better. So let's get that evolution going. Do I want Ninetales? I think I want Ninetales. And I want Ninetales because... actually... I'd rather get a Score Bunny out. My reasoning behind that is it's going to take me 3 turns to get my Score Bunny online. Whereas Ninetales is already down there. I can just drop it and put an energy down on it, and I'll be good to go. Okay, so we're probably going to see a Rapidash next turn. So let's get rid of this. I don't need another energy on this. Let's drop this Fire Main, and hopefully let's pick up an energy as a prize card. That's actually what I really want to see. So Professor's research isn't bad. I'm kind of okay with it once I get Cinderace out. Until I get Cinderace out, I'm not too keen. So it looks like my opponent didn't have a Rapidash in their hand, which is why they went in the second Farfetch and are starting to go through their deck. Keep one thing in mind. I'm already down at 29 cards, which is about to go even less now with this. I'm outdrawing the Charizard deck, who's got a lot of fetch mechanics and has been drawing 2 cards every turn. When I said these new theme decks race through your deck, I was not joking. You're playing this incredibly fast. So you've got to be very, very careful and very, very aware of the fact that you're burning through your deck. Now, I'm sitting in a case where I don't have another energy, and I'm getting a little bit concerned because I do need to get some more energies out. I'm considering using Flame Cloak to actually get rid of this Farfetch'd. Okay, never mind, going into the Rapidash. Okay, let's see. I'm hoping I don't get Agility off. Oh, there's Professor. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit. It's still not going to be a one-hit KO, which I'm happy about, sorry. My concern is if they get Agility off, I'm going to be in a very awkward position. And I might actually retreat out into Sudowoodo. Because the thing is, I can keep getting the energy back. As long as there's one energy on Ninetales, I'm fine. And that's something I really, really appreciate. I'm very concerned. Okay, they got a Charmeleon out, which does concern me that they got a Charizard in their hand. And possibly a Charmander. Okay, does Agility go off? Okay, Agility goes off. Because Agility went off, hey, we got our energy. So there's our second Cinderace. Okay, because Agility went off, I actually want to get Ninetales out of there, go into Sudowoodo. I can get that energy back anyway, so I'm not concerned about that. Now, I want to get this energy down. I don't know if it's better getting it down on Cinderace, or if it's better getting it down onto Ninetales. I think it would be better on Cinderace. My concern with Cinderace is that I don't want to lose the energies of Bright Flame. But they're going to get high damage Pokemon out in a second. The Charizard's probably not far away, so let's start getting that going. Now, as much as I love Pokemon Catcher, I don't think it's worth keeping my hand for it. So I am going to play Professor's Research. I'm very sad that I'm losing that, but I've now got 3 energies, so I can start loading up my bench again. So let's get this double draw going, get our card advantage going again, and that's looking pretty good. We've got ourselves another switch. So again, I can switch out the Sudowoodo if need be, and go into a bit more damage. So this is looking pretty good so far. It's going a little bit slower than I would like. Okay, they got another Agility off. So again, I can't hit them. So again, I'm not going to bother trying to hit them. So let's get a energy down onto the second Cinderace. I actually don't need any Pokemon, so at the moment these are actually dead draws. All I'm concerned about is my energy game. Unfortunately, I can't do anything. I don't really want to save Sudowoodo because I can't hit the Rapidash. So I'm going to carry on going for the double draw. Make sure my hand is full of energies. At the moment, we're actually looking pretty good. I'm going to now stop drawing. I'm down to 15 cards already. And the problem with this Rapidash is it's stalling this game, which is a big concern for me. I actually think I should have put that last energy onto my Cinderace so that I could KO this Rapidash. If I draw Bede, I would actually... Okay, I'm going to do one more draw. And I'm hoping to draw into Bede. It doesn't help doing Pokemon now because I can't play Bede. My logic was if I could draw into a Bede, I could put an energy down on the Cinderace, use Bede, and then switch. Oh, but I couldn't play Bede anyway because I've used Hop to get it out. Okay, well, next turn, let me use Pokemon Gear to bring out Bede. Okay, I'm down to 10 cards. I cannot draw any more cards, otherwise I will lose this game, for that matter. I'm not going to put an energy on this Cinderace just yet. I'm going to put my energy there. And then what I'm going to do is go for Flame Cloak here. Get that 40 damage off. Let's bring the energy back. I like energy recycling. I like that mechanic. Okay. If my opponent fails agility, we can get rid of it. Okay. We can now get rid of it. Now the question comes in is, how do I want to get rid of it? I don't want to go for a Bright Flame just yet. Ninetales does 70 damage. What I'm actually going to do is I want to get this fresh one in the game. I've got a switch in my hand. I'm going to charge that up. I'm going to use Bede to put an energy onto this Ninetales, my fresh one. I'm then going to switch out into the fresh Ninetales. There's nothing else here I want to get going. I don't have another Cinderace, so I don't actually want to bother with that Pokemon. My bench is looking good so far, and let's go for it. I need to start getting knockouts every single turn, and I say that because I'm down to 9 cards in my deck. This is something you need to be incredibly aware of with these new decks. You're going to be burning through your deck very, very quickly. Be aware of how many cards you have in your discard pile. Okay, we actually got Double. I don't want to play him because I don't want to be stalling. I've got a good layout here. I can get this knockout with Fire Main. I don't want the energy from my discard pile. So let's get this Cinderace fully online. Everything's looking good here. I don't want to play anything because I don't want any more cards from my deck. And let's use Fire Main. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Let's pick up our next card. Like I said, oh, there's the second Bede, which is always quite useful. Does my opponent have a Rapidash? I sincerely hope they don't. Because I don't want them stalling. I can't afford for them to stall. Because I can't afford to waste a turn of drawing. I know with 3 prize cards, if I'm dealing 160 damage per turn, I will win this game. The problem is, if my opponent stalls this game, I could time out. Which is very, very concerning. But as you can see, this deck plays relatively fast. What are you swapping into? Okay. That's fine. I'm going to bring Cinderace in. I'm very happy retreating with this deck because it's actually got a very, very good energy management system. Okay. Discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. So I'm going to put an extra energy just in case that goes off and I lose it. And let's go for the Bright Flame. I need to keep this pressure going. Okay, I didn't lose the energy. That's fantastic. I am super happy about that. Wooloo, that's great. I'm down to 2 prize cards. I've got 7 cards left in my deck. So long as my opponent does not drop that Rapidash, I'm in a good position. If that Rapidash gets dropped, it gets awkward. Unfortunately, my opponent had quite a bad game. They've only got the Nidorina down now. So my opponent did have quite bad luck in this game. I do feel sorry for you. Baiting... What? Baiting Unha. Okay. I do apologize. They do seem to have quite bad luck on this game. But let's just keep this pressure going. This does show how quickly the Cinderace deck plays. You've got to keep that pressure going. I'll be quite happy to retreat into this Ninetales. Get that 70 damage down. This deck is very, very good at retreating. I like that because you can mess with your opponent's plans. You can keep your Pokemon as fresh as possible and keep them going. They all have your 2 main heavy hitters, Ninetales and Cinderace. They both have Flame Cloak. That is huge because it allows you to constantly retreat and still keep up all that damage. You can do a lot with this deck. The plays you can make are very, very interesting. Okay, unfortunately, well, to be fair, my opponent now got their Nidoqueen out. Which means they're going to search their deck and they're going to bring out any Rapidash. There's a 50% chance they didn't bring out Rapidash. Why did you not play Rapidash? Oh, shame. I think it's one of their prize cards. It's either in their hand or it's a prize card. And I think it's a prize card, which is really, really unfortunate for my opponent, because it's the one Pokemon that could have actually stalled this game out. So my opponent did get quite bad luck in this game, which is unlucky. But I hope you can see how quickly this Cinderace deck plays. These 1 retreat cost Pokemon, that's huge. You can do so much with it. And the thing is, even bringing out this Nidoqueen, it's cool, because I can just swap back into Cinderace. I'm happy to retreat again, back into Cinderace, and then Bright Flame to close the game. I'll lose the energies eventually, but that's okay. So that's first game, first win. I'm enjoying the Cinderace deck. You do play out your deck very, very quickly with it, which is a bit unfortunate. But, oh hey, I forgot I had that challenge. You do play it out very, very quickly, so you need to be very, very aware of how many cards you have left in your deck, because you're gonna play through them. So keep an eye on it. I'm not gonna play any Psychic decks. Hey, our next theme deck is gonna be a water deck. That works. Okay. I want to jump into a second game with it. It looks like all 3 of these decks do play quite similarly in the fact that you're drawing out your deck very, very quickly. So you need to play aggressive. Judging by the Rillaboom and judging by the Cinderace deck, you have to play aggressive. You have to put pressure on your opponent, because you're going to be drawing through your deck very, very quickly. Whether it's better to go first or second, I'm still torn with that. And my reasoning is, if I go first, I get the first evolution out, which is great. That's huge. And that gives me a lot of advantages. If I go second, I get to play a supporter card first, and I get to attack first, which is also huge. So going first, you get to get the better board presence. Going second, you get to have the better hand advantage. And you get a bit of a increase in terms of damage out, because you're getting the first attack out. So it's a trade-off between getting better board presence or getting better card advantage. Wow, these are really, really bad opening hands. And this is after the second mulligan. This is bad. This is really, really bad. Oof. Okay. Do I either want to go to Wooloo or do I want to go and just get Scorbunny going? I'd rather get Scorbunny going because it takes longer to get into Cinderace. Oh, I do not like this start. Cinderace. Let's go Pokegear. Let's get a hop going. Let's play our hop. Hopefully drawing into another energy card. Did I play a supporter this game? Oh, I'm right. I'm first. I can't play a supporter card. Okay, let's get Drumper going. Okay. I'm so used to going second. I quite like going second because I like card advantage. Okay, so this is a bit of an awkward start. Drumper's nice in a sense because it's 80 damage and he's a bit tanky. So I'm gonna knock out the Smeargle on the next turn if I draw an energy. Famous last words. That scares me. That scares me a lot. Okay, Heracross shouldn't be too much of a problem because I've got a lot of fire Pokemon. My main heavy hitters are fire type Pokemon. So I'm not terribly worried about that Heracross. Smeargle's gonna go down next turn anyway, so if your opponent reveals their hand, you may use the effect of a supporter card you find there as an effect of this attack. Ah, that's frustrating. Then I'm getting a hop off. That's very frustrating. Okay, got my second energy. That's a serious relief. Let's get that reboot down. And let's play that. Okay. That's quite nice. We've got ourselves a Vulpix, so we can get a Ninetales out. We've got a Beta to charge up our bench. And we've got a Pokekid to well, sorry, we've got a Pokekit to look for whatever we need, and we've got a Bede to charge up. So let's go for Dragon Pulse. Let's knock that out. I don't like discarding 2 cards, but we got the pressure going, which is always nice. Another Bede. That's great, but I don't have energies. I need at least 1 energy card, which is a bit frustrating. Okay, they got the Macargo out. Once you can turn before you attack, you may search your deck for a card, shuffle your deck, then put that card on top of it, and then Combustion goes off with 3 energies. Okay, oh wow, and they got their Houndoom out. Search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck, and attack operation. If you have more cards in your hand than your opponent, this attack is 80 more damage. Okay, They know what their next draw is going to be. Oh, if I can draw an energy, I might even consider going straight into Cinderace. Or maybe going straight in... Actually, no, going straight into a Ninetales, I think. And I say Ninetales. I know Ninetales does a little bit less damage, but Ninetales will still knock out Heracross in 2 turns. And I don't want to go straight into a Reboot this early in the game, because he's my heavy hitter. And because I would rather get it online a bit later in the game than right now. Okay, this is actually a serious problem that I don't have energy. I'm getting very concerned by not having energies. I'm gonna take what I was like even considering taking the Sudowoodo there, just to get something out. I just need to draw 1 energy, and I'll be in a very, very good position. Let's see. Man, both of those cards were energies. I've got 3 energy cards now sitting in my graveyard, which is very frustrating. Okay, their Entei is down, which is scary. Luckily, Reboot can O-hit, not Reboot, sorry, Cinderace can O-hit KOs the Entei, which is quite useful. I need this energy. I really, really need this energy to come out. Can Entei 1-hit KO my Pokemon? I think he can. Each player's got his top card of their deck. Does 60 more damage for each. Yeah, 140. He just can't knock out Cinderace, but it definitely can knock out Ninetales. And this Drumper's eating my deck, which I don't like. But I can't do anything unless I keep this Drumper going. So this is a very, very bad start. And it continues. There's nothing I can do other than just keep going. Definitely don't want to play that Drumper. Another energy in my graveyard. That's, I think, 5 now. Okay, I've got an energy in my hand. That is huge. That is a huge relief. The question is where that energy is going to go. Because I need to get online, but the problem is with them going into an Entei. If my opponent plays into Entei, my Ninetales and my Cinderace won't have enough time to actually get online. My next play depends a lot on what my opponent plays as their next Pokemon. The thing is, I don't think they want this Entei to be taking so much damage. But Eruption, oh, they won't be able to get Eruption off. Okay. I might, yeah, it looks like they're charging that up. They want to get Eruption off. The problem is I don't want to hard swap this. I might have to just wait for this Trumper to go down. I can't afford having more energies in my discard pile. Because the other thing I was considering was actually playing into Double, just because it tanks. It can take 30 less damage. Which means unless my opponent gets lucky and gets both my deck and their deck with an energy card, because Eruption deals 140 damage if there's an energy on the top. So that means that if the Double gets the attack off, I'll only take 110 damage. So I'll be able to take 2 hits from Entei. So long as my top card is not an energy card. So I want to get this. I need to start charging up Cinderace. It's the only option I really have. Yeah, this was a really awkward game. Thankfully, Drumper's doing... I need that hop so badly. I need to get draws out. Look, Drumper is decent. It's dealing 80 damage a turn. So he's hitting... It is hitting very, very hard. The problem is their Entei is now online, and my answer to Entei is not. Which is quite frustrating. Let's maybe play that Drumper just as a sacrifice on my bench, just to buy myself some time. I'm not sure what to do. I haven't gotten good draws out this game. Oh. I'm really not sure. I'm not sure what I don't know what my next play is going to be. Because I'm sitting in a position where I have really bad energy and I have really bad draws. I need a professor, I need a hop, I need something to get my draws out. I need to get energy on this table. I've literally got 3 energy in the game at the moment, which is a big concern. I've got more energy in my discard pile than played energy, which is very, very worrying. So right now, I need to be seeing a hop to get some draws out. I need to be seeing a professor to get some draws out. Even like right now, I'm happy drawing an energy. Okay, there's hop. That is huge. What does hop get me? 2 energies. Thank you. Okay. I think I want to go into a Drumper just because I want to sacrifice. I guess Sudowoodo, this deals 140 damage. So regardless, okay, let's go into Sudowoodo. Maybe I can get a draw out of him later. Okay, let's get the Cinderace going. And this is Karen attacking. It's eating my deck, but I can't. It's a switch. I would have liked that. I am up by 3 prize cards. And I got a Wooloo for this double, which is quite nice. Okay. That's an interesting play for my opponent's side. Because you can see I've got a Cinderace down. I know I've had a bad energy game, but you can see I've got a 2 energy Cinderace on the field. And you're risking your Entei. So I find that play quite interesting. I know they've got an Entei next. Okay, well, this Drumper's definitely going down. They've just put an energy on top of their deck. So Drumper's finally going to go down, which is a bit unfortunate. But I'm going to be able to take out their Entei, which is what they've spent the entire game charging up. And I'll be down to 2 prize cards after that. Unfortunately, after that, I'm going to have to swap back to using Flame Cloak, which is a bit awkward, but hey. Okay, let's get that going. And let's get that Wooloo down as someone who can tank for me again. I just knock this Bright Flame out of the park. So Entei is gone. Oh, I keep my energies. That is huge for me right now. And we got an energy prize card. I am unbelievably happy seeing energy as a prize card right now. Because my energy game has been that bad this game. Not for lack of the deck. For lack of because of terrible draws. But it looks like this game is still going relatively well. I can't really complain. I'm sitting on 2 prize cards, my opponent's sitting on 5. So as much as I hate this Drumper, he probably saved me this game. The fact that it's knocking out 80 damage a turn. Yes, you're eating through your deck. I've got 20 cards left in my deck. But it's been useful. I won't deny that. It has been useful. My opponent's Blaziken is now online. Fire Starter. Once during your turn, you may attach a fire energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. That's useful. That is always useful. So it's a way to get their Entei back online, which I presume is what they're going to do, rather than get the Blaziken online. Let's see what they do. So I'm having a lot of fun playing this deck. This deck has options. I feel like you can do more with this deck than the Rillaboom deck. And I say that because the Rillaboom deck, you basically charge up your Rillaboom, you charge up your Snorlax, and you got these 2 Pokemon that are sitting with a lot of energies on them. Granted, the rest of the deck only requires like 1 energy, which is amazing. I love it. And the rest of the supporter Pokemon are pretty decent by themselves. They're very middle of the line, like 50 damage. I feel like this deck can do more because you've got a lot of retreat options. I like options. I like when you can do a lot with your deck. And this Cinderace deck, you got a lot of interaction with your discard pile, you got a lot of energy management, and you got a lot of retreat options. So in that sense, I'm liking it quite a lot. I like the Cinderace deck. It might be a deck I can get behind. So let's see now. Is my opponent going to be going for a switch into the Entei? And they hope they get lucky? The problem is, if the Cinderace goes down, I'm in serious trouble. Yeah, like serious trouble. Huh. Yeah, I'm in serious trouble. Okay, that's huge. I am very happy taking Ordinary Rod, because it means the Pokemon, Scorbunny and Cinderace, why not? Not too worried about the Pokemon. I'm very worried about the energy that can now go back into my deck. At least there's more cards in my deck. Let's get this down onto Ninetales. So these Ninetales can be viable. Let's get some more Stallers out, just in case this goes really, really south. Let's get a Flame Cloak going, because I don't need to use Bright Flame. I will happily take another energy, just in case I have to lose stuff because of the 160. So, we're sitting in a position now. If my opponent gets super lucky with Entei, my Cinderace goes down. If my Cinderace goes down, I'm in a very awkward position. I think I actually should have retreated into Ninetales there. The better play would have been retreating into Ninetales. Oh, my opponent yielded. Okay, never mind. They actually had a chance to win that game if they played smart. But anyway. So, 2 games, 2 wins with the Cinderace deck. I've got a lot of confidence that this could be a decent deck. It does have to compete with the Charizard deck at the moment. And considering how many considering how many people are still playing, really I'm on 169 and 170, considering how many people are still using this Relentless Flame deck in the versus ladder, makes it tough for another fire deck to perform well. But that being said, it's another fire deck, so it competes well with it because it's not weak to it. Granted, it's not resistant to it, which would have been great, but it's not weak to it, which is very, very useful. But it does put our next theme deck in a very interesting position, because the last theme deck we're going to be looking at is the Inteleon theme deck. Now, the Inteleon theme deck is not weak to the Rillaboom theme deck because of the changes to weaknesses. The water Pokemon are now weak to lightning, which means that the Inteleon deck does not have a main weakness from the most common theme decks. Granted, yes, you do have Soaring Storm, which does use lightning. And yes, there is Lightning Loop, which you very rarely see. So this deck might see some more play, but I doubt it. So, because of that, the Inteleon theme deck has a lot of potential, considering the fact that it is powerful against the Cinderace deck, which so far looks like it has a lot of potential to be a good theme deck, and it is still very, very powerful against Relentless Flame, which is your other most common theme deck. So, stay tuned and stay subscribed for our next first impressions, where we'll be looking at the Inteleon theme deck. If you have enjoyed this video, please do consider liking and subscribing. Drop comments down below on any bad plays you've seen. I am definitely still learning more with Pokemon. I still want to improve, I still want to get better. Drop those comments down for any bad plays you've seen, any interesting matchups you can think of, and please let me know, what do you think of our new theme decks? I'm liking them, but I do want to hear your opinion. And do consider subscribing, like I said, for more theme decks and for more hints, tips, tricks for all the different theme decks out there. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Cheers. Enjoy.